So today we're going to do a little bit of a different tour. We'll do some bookshelves later, but we're going to do what I like to call my horror cars edition. So I grew up making car models, like lots of boys, I guess. I got away from it for a while, but especially during the pandemic when we were quarantined, I really needed something to keep myself busy. So I started getting back into the car modeling thing. But specifically, I started focusing on cars that were in horror movies. And that kind of became my new thing. And sometimes it was easier than others to find the models that I wanted. But this is kind of a little tour of the horror cars that I have in the horror cave. This one, of course, is the car from Sometimes They Come Back. One thing I should know about me is that, of course, there's my bottle art there, my whiskey bottle art, that Sometimes They Come Back for that. One thing that should be noted is, unfortunately, I'm not a very good fine painter when it comes to fine details. I'm okay, but I'm not bad. But that's the car from Sometimes They Come Back. Here, of course, my Stephen King shelf, which we'll do a little bit later. There is Christine, the Christine bottle. This took some hunting. This is the car that's in the movie Riding the Bullet. I actually had to find that on eBay, and that was actually not even necessarily a model, but I guess back in the day at car dealerships, they would like have plastic, almost like toy cars that they would give away or whatever, and I had to find that on eBay. So that's George Staub's car from Riding the Bullet. This is an early attempt at the Winchesters, baby from Supernatural. It wasn't wasn't quite the right model year. It wasn't exactly the 67 Impala. I think it was only at the time the only one I could find online was like a 65 Impala or something like that. And also I went with these big fat tires that for some reason just did not quite look the way I was hoping it would look. All right, so let's take a jaunt over here. Well, this is not really a horror car from a movie, but if you're from upstate New York, then you're familiar with dirt modifieds, race cars. And when I was growing up, we used to have a kit that was made entirely of cardboard and like cardboard lollipop sticks, and you can make it. So I made a couple of these. This was kind of like a Halloween Jack. It's not really a horror car from a horror movie, but I also made that during the pandemic. Now here is the right version of Baby, and that's obviously appropriate in my Supernatural shrine. That's the right version of Baby that I found online finally. Although, a funny note about Baby, he never made a 67 Impala with 4 doors. It's only a 2-door, I think, but they made the special 4-door for the TV series. This, of course, is Ecto 1. You cannot have horror cars without Ecto 1. This is the Cuda from Phantasm. Of course, one of those right there. This is another one of those dirt modifieds that I made. This one was kind of like I guess a Grim Reaper car. This was my stab at the car from 1977 with Josh Brolin. I tried my hardest to actually find the model of the car. Could not find it. I had the remains of an old model. And I kind of built this around it. It looks okay. It's not the greatest. I'm kind of on a hunt for that car from the car. Also, I have to apologize for the dust. This again I showed with the Bradbury video. Not really a horror. There's no horror truck. It looks like this. But this is, you know, if there was, this is my Halloween Town section. If there be a truck in Halloween Town, this is what it would look like. And finally, and rather, not finally. So, Trancers, Jack Death. In Trancers, Jack Death drives two different cars. Trancers 1, he drives this one. And that's tinted only because I have a bad habit of leaving smeary glue thumbprints. I should note that I build these models for relaxation, and not necessarily because I'm a super awesome model builder. But I have a bad habit of leaving thumbprints of glue on glass. It's annoying. And this is the car he drives in Trancers 2 through 4, or just 2 through 2 and 3. I'm not sure. And last but not least, within my upcoming release, October Nights, there is a menacing Monte Carlo, black Monte Carlo that likes to cruise Clifton Heights every Halloween night. And it's driven by a rather nefarious character. And I had to search eBay a little bit. Let's move Ghostface there. Those guys will be the subject of the next tour. I had to search the internet a little bit to find what I was looking for, but there is the Monte Carlo 1975 Monte Carlo from October Nights.